morning, Tuesday morning, November 12th. And we've had a few days with nothing due. And so some people always get a little nervous about that and wonder if they've missed anything. You haven't. Last thing we had worked on before was that middle Pennsylvania State assignment. And I hope you folks have, a few folks are still working on that. So hope that gets caught up and done. But now, in the last week or so, you've had the unit on uh, competitive balance, which is quite a topic in sports. And it's one that has a major impact on finance and business decisions in the sporting world. So now that you've had a chance to look into the material that existed and the material that was provided, here are two discussions that I would like people to take part in for the remainder of this week and leading right up to the day before Thanksgiving. And these are the topics, and they're very similar. Do leagues compete with each other? Now, you might say, what do you mean by that? Or anything? Maybe I should say, do sports compete with each other? Do they actually have a market where they have to capture a certain percentage, a certain number within that potential customer base to be successful? And I would like you to go back and look at everything that was provided for the reading of the last 10 days or so and look at this in that light, right? Do we compete with? Does the NBA compete with the NFL, right? Does baseball compete with golf? For both participants, viewers, sponsors, things like that. I think you'll find that there are a major opportunities for competition, and it happens whether these people know it or not. And also, the question would be how? How do we make sure that our product is attractive to potential customers? And define customers as you will. You know, there's one thing I'm fond of telling people in many business situations, general business situations, that basically, if you want to make more money, there are two basic ways you do it. You either sell more or you run better. But let's just take an average sport, and I say average, the typical top level sport, top level now, right? Sometimes you can't sell more, or can you? Well, within your season, you can't sell more unless you make the playoffs, right? If you're an NFL team, you're going to play 17 games. You can't say, gee, we'd like to play 20, or we'd only like to play 14. Or anything. You're going to play 17. You can't sell any more games. All right. Those teams that do make the playoffs, yes, that happens, but that's factored in for everyone. So how do you make your product stand out in a world that has several other major sports things going on at the same time? That's the kind of example I want you to think about. Don't confine yourself to the NFL. Look at the many phenomena that are out there right now. The sudden rise of some women's sports as they suddenly find themselves competing for viewers that are in ways they weren't doing it before. So the thing is to look at that. Do sports compete with each other? How do they do it? All right. Two discussions spaced a couple of days apart so you have time to think through one and then think through the other, but they're highly related. And I think we're going to get some interesting answers, but they will actually take the material you have just finished reading and working with and work it through in a different way. Okay, thanks very much.